Question one. For one of the external factors, it could be weather climate. Niagara does experience cold winters and warm summers, so that could definitely impact outdoor sports, scheduling, and athlete performance. Two, I said economic environment, I think. During economic downward trends, teams like the Ice Dogs, Niagara, may see reduced attendance and merchandise sales. Three is demographics and population. Niagara's age, income, and cultural diversity affect sport preference and participation. Four is technological advancements, innovations in sports, analytics, streaming, and fan engagement. Tools can reshape how teams operate and connect with audiences. Five is legal factors. For example, restrictions on like crowd sizes due to COVID-19 when the pandemic was happening led to like huge money losses for teams. Six could be an example. Six could be an example is increased awareness of mental health, which could lead teams to investing in different programs for athletes. Question two. The first one is a low identification, and that is when fans have casual and like no interest and no really emotional ties to the team. A good example of this could be when like the MLS came out with discounted ticket prices just to draw fan attention and hoping that they would start to turn into more regular fans. Second one is medium identification, where fans show a moderate amounts of interest and might follow them on some social media. A good example of this is when the Raptors created a We the North campaign, and it built like regional engagement all across Canada. Third one is high identification, where fans are deeply loyal and invested. Like the Buffalo Bills, they foster high identification because they have legacy branding. Their tailgates are unreal, their community outreach, and just like they're such a well-known organization. Question three. The difference is by unscripted outcomes. Unscripted and like unpredictable differing them. Like so, like for example, like say a last-minute goal by Messi could change the outcome of a game, and that just like you won't see that in like movies. Active fan participation. Sports often have emotional fans and active engagement. Example is like the Leafs when playoffs happen is a good example. Like they all wear their jerseys, they all form outside. Pardon me. They all form out the outside fans cheering, wearing jerseys. Um, Competitive nature is a difference as sports are competitive with there being a team that wins and a team that will lose, whereas movies like not always the case and actors. Physical athleticism is on display where sports will showcase peak performance athletes. And a good example is watching Serena Williams dominate a tennis match. It highlights athletic skill, unlike the vocal or like drama talents that you see in opera. It's not really like athleticism. Another one is that sports foster strong local community and identity. Example is how like fans in Niagara region, they rally around the Ice Dogs because it's a symbol of like community pride. And lastly, seasonal engagement. NHL is about 8 to 9 months long, and a lot of other sports leagues are longer, where a movie is roughly only 2 hours. So that's a good difference. Question four. The SWOT analysis is an acronym for it stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And it's a strategic planning tool used to like evaluate an organization's internal strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It helps guide decision making and long-term strategy. For the Jays, I said for strengths, they have talented young rising stars. They're a very young team. Weaknesses, I said they have limited playoff experience just due to the amount of young players, and they had some key injuries that were big for them. Opportunities, I think they could expand fan engagement, potential new sponsorships. They already have a lot, but I think expanding it, and they're always good at that. For opportunities, I said expanding fan. Oh, sorry. For threats, I said strong competition from like the rivals, like AL East, Yankees and Orioles. Is the risk of player and also the risk of player loss and free agency. Question five. The traits are unpredictable outcomes, like results not being scripted in real-time suspense. Emotional attachment. Fans have deep loyalty to and a very tied to the team. and like it's like simultaneous production. Events are watched live as they happen. I guess there is replays, but like most times it's watched live, whereas movies and stuff, like you watch it when it's out to the public. It's a perishable product, value tied to the moment. You can't resell it after. Um, Community loyalty builds strong regional and community identity. Question 6. So for beyond Pinkett and Trinket, sports leagues now offer fashion-forward like gear for women, reflecting a deeper understanding of female consumer preferences. Improved representation, more visibility of women in sports as athletes, coaches, executive broadcasters, etc., help inspire and connect with female audiences. So in the textbook, the NFL reported that 44% of its fans are women, and MLB has the highest percentage at 44.5%, showing the importance of this market. Targeted marketing campaign. So brands like Nike and Adidas run empowering campaigns, which will help celebrate female diversity and strength. Areas for improvement. Teams can invest more in women's leagues, ensure equal media coverage. So it's like the PWHL, make sure they're on national broadcasts as much as the NHL, or try to at least. Question 7, demographic segmentation. So it divides market by age, gender, income, and education. So an example of this would be like the WNBA targets young female audiences, because that's who they target to. Geographic segmentation it's more based on location, city, like region or climate. Psychographic segmentation focuses on the lifestyle, values, and personality. An example would be Nike markets to active people and like goal-orientated people who like want to get something done. Behavioral segmentation, it's based on usage rate, loyalty, benefits. An example would be the Toronto Raptors reward loyal fans with exclusive content and season ticket perks. Benefit segmentation groups consumers by desired benefits. Occasion segmentation targets based on timing or events. So a good example would be when the NFL, like, they boost their apparel and gear selling during Super Bowl timing. So it's huge during that. The diversion factor. Sports often escape from routine. Question 8. Diversion factor. Sports often escape from routine, stress, and daily responsibilities. It's a big one. Impact on attendance. So fans obviously seek excitement, emotional release, and social connection, which gets them away from their everyday life. And the Raptor strategy was hosting like theme nights, like the GOA GOAT night with OVO, sound collabs, giveaways, like limited time t-shirts, meet and greets. Drake's obviously a big part of that. And it's to create memorable and like escapes from everyday life. And then for the bonus question, I'm really pleased with Dr. Olin Scott. It's a very chill class. I enjoy going as much as not as many people do go, but it's super chill. I like how the due dates are like not just as one, and you can just like ease into them a bit. It's like you have different ones, and he'll give you feedback on, which I do like, and I'm hoping to take advantage of those. And then I think I would be a little bit more engaged, maybe just with better slides, just like during class. But I do like how he walks through the class and goes up and down and keeps everybody engaged on their toes. But honestly, other than that, I have nothing but great things to say. So really pleased and super excited for the future assignments. So appreciate that. Thanks.